What's happening?
Yeah, guys.
Listen, we're a bit late in the day today, lads.
It's not my fault.
We've been thrown off schedule.
Whose fault is that?
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Back again.
Shady's back.
Shady's back.
Tell a friend.
Can I please have your attention?
Quiet on the set.
Quiet
Can we
on
please
the
have
set.
quiet on the set? Anywho,
Right. We're
let's
back.
do this.
Guys, we're back. But
Welcome back to Two Girls, One Goal.
two girls, one girl. So we've got a double header for you.
Double whammy on because it's Christmas, right?
So it is Christmas.
Anyway, yeah. It's a double head the honor because it's Christmas and the fixtures are coming thick and fast.
Thick and
Because
fast, my friends.
Playing 9 games in 4 weeks is sinister.
Mental.
And that means there's a lot for us to cover. I've actually even had to make notes because of how much fixtures there is. So.
Amen. You know me, I don't make no notes, I just vibes. I probably should make notes because I'm the one that goes off topic the most and be chatting a load of shite, but there we go.
I'm glad you're self-aware.
I am. Very well.
Right.
Very demure of me.
Very mindful.
Very mindful.
Right then, yeah.
Yeah.
What game week is this, bro? 13?
I've given up trying to work out what game week it is.
What are we on now?
No.
16.
So this is not 13 then, is it? It's about 15.
It's 14.
Jesus.
Because there's 2 game weeks in 1 week.
Alright then.
Come on then, where are we starting on?
Midweekers.
Tuesday.
Right. Because we're going to skim through, obviously, as we do. You know the drill
You've
by
got
now.
to skim the boring
We've got
ones.
to skip. I was going to say spin and skip. Skip the boring schnoz.
Europe.
Straight into the blockbuster.
Well, not skip. Glance. Glaze.
Glance. Glazzy glazers.
Glisten. Oh, glazzy. Ha! That's
Whoa.
funny because it's Palace.
It
ha
is.
ha! Look at you thinking you got bants.
Listen, it just rolls off my tongue.
Who do you think you are? Me?
Sorry.
Right, anyway. Started the midweek affair at Portman Road.
Yep.
Our faves.
Switchers. But
Flops.
switchers are not our faves at the moment. Big floppy on.
Floppy on. Flop.
Lost.
This game was so dead. They even had the cheat to make the highlights 3.5 minutes and nothing happened. Like,
That's 3.5 minutes of what? Goal kicks and corners. Pretty much.
yeah, and shot, just like bad shots.
Terrible. I'm not watching that.
No, but Mateta absolutely deep fried them up. Sorry, switchers.
1-0. Switchers. Ain't nice.
Good
Ain't
night.
there. Good night.
No,
Then over to King Power.
this was Van Nistelrooy's first game.
First
in
game with
charge.
Rude. Jamie Vardy bagged early doors. 2 minutes.
The man
actually.
is not real. I'm
I
telling
love
you
Jamie
he's not
Vardy.
real. I'm
I
telling
love
you
Jamie
he's not real.
Vardy. He's not.
He's scoring a stupid amount of
He is
goals.
a veteran in the
A
game.
stupid amount of goals.
And you know,
And he's
listen,
actually just taking the piss out of defence. But at the same time, it is West Ham. I don't even know if you can call their defence a defence.
well, I don't know what that is. First of all, though, mention of West Ham, I just want to say, obviously, sending our prayers and thoughts to Antonio. That is mental.
They're saying it's a year before he can
Did
walk
you see
again.
the state of the car?
Oh, yeah, lethal.
He's lucky to be alive.
They said,
God spare life.
they said, God spare life.
Isn't
They
it?
said the only reason he's alive is because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Which
Because
is mad.
if he was wearing a seatbelt,
If
he would
that's
have
not
been
God's work,
scrunched
I don't
during
know
the
what,
front of the car.
what is.
But yes,
But yeah, so that's that. But that's, yeah,
it's tough times.
tough times. And obviously, speedy recovery for him.
So this swung the scale in favour of Lopeteg's getting the sack,
Yep.
but as we know, it's going to change. Fulkrug.
Fulkrug, yes, that's the one that I wanted to touch on. I said, oh,
Where have you been, bruv?
Swin.
Where have you been?
Nobody knows me like you do.
But actually, where's Fulkrug been? I'm confused because I've actually been screaming for the last 6 weeks.
They've been, and they need him now more than ever.
For real?
I mean,
So-
I wasn't a fan of Antonio starting anyway, but
No, they need
No,
some
they
sort
actually
of
have-
number 9.
no choice. So
Nope. That's
Okay.
if he can stay fit.
But yeah, 3-1, not surprised.
No.
Same old West Ham.
Some sort of scattergraph defending at the
Right.
back.
Then we go over to Wednesday. We were sat. Some big blocky.
Oh my gosh, so much goals
Big, I
on.
can't even speak. Big blockbusty honours.
So much goals on Wednesday.
Goals
I got
galore.
excited. Right.
Should we start with our fave? I say our fave because I'm saying it purely sarcastically.
Of course.
Because as Brentford fans, we have a hate for Villa away. Ever since the time, let me tell you something.
Was it 2 seasons ago?
Yeah. Brentford's track record at Villa Park is absolutely abysmal. And me and Leah will never forget the first time I went to Villa Park.
I was going to say it was my first away game, but it was not.
Did the trip.
Yeah, well,
It wasn't your first away game. You've been bridge before that.
I'm not talking about that. I mean, Prem.
Oh, Premier in the Prem. Yeah, that was
it wasn't.
first.
No, it wasn't.
I was gonna say
it was Leicester.
Yeah, it went King Power.
That's why I corrected myself.
But yes, so
the last time we went to this game, we was met with the worst away stand you will ever see in your life.
I hate Villa Park.
The worst away stand, and we was 3-0 down in 12 minutes.
Yes. And it was a similar affair.
Yeah,
actually,
3 goals in 13 minutes this time.
Yes. So do the maths. Do you know what the thing is that's mad though? Brentford's home and away record couldn't be more far apart.
They said Brentford's got like 22 points at home and 1 point away from home this season.
So that says it all. Brentford's away record is absolutely abysmal.
I have some qualms.
Go ahead.
To ask of this game. Why is Morgan Rogers bleach blonde?
Oh, Morg.
The hair looks like it's going to fall off. Sorry, Morg.
He's joined the peroxide party.
Yes. Really bad.
And I always say when they start doing the messing about with the peroxide, the form on the pitch usually goes quite soon after. But
not for Morg, he scored a belter.
Absolute beltiana.
Really lethal goal.
Nothing their flex can do about that.
No.
Mm-mm.
Watkins Penno.
And then a Matty Cash's.
Oh, Matty Cash's finish was dirty.
Absolute chef's kiss.
Dirty on that tight angle. How greedy are you?
My boy again.
Damsgaard.
They're going to have to stop me talking about Damsgaard. I'm telling you.
For real?
They can't stop me. The same way Sammy Schmods is getting Damsgaard gets it too.
Yeah, but I think we talked up Sammy Schmods too much because
I will never stop talking about that man.
Neither will I, but like, Sam, cook it up again, innit?
At the moment, Damsgaard has become the new Sammy Schmods because you know what it is about Damsgaard? Obviously, because it's our club, we feel even more strongly.
Duh.
But I'm all for an underrated playmaker in the sense
100.
of those players that do the job off the ball, on the ball, just slowly just make things happen. Damsgaard is very, very, very quickly becoming my favourite player in a Brentford shirt at the minute.
Oh my God, that's a big statement.
He is.
That's a big statement.
I rate him so highly, so highly.
That's a huge statement.
It is. Big, bold statement.
There's so much to cover for this day.
But should we go on to the big boys?
Which one?
Arsenal Man U.
All the big boys played this day.
Let's go Arsenal Man U because that was quite a simple game actually.
Yeah, I thought because Amorim, this is his first big test, right? I was like, okay, how can you do it with Arsenal? Arsenal's been a bit stumbly, kind of out of form. He could not hack it.
No,
not at all. Conceded 2 corners.
Arsenal corners yet again.
I would actually say, that Man U didn't defend the corners too bad.
It wasn't abysmal.
It wasn't the worst I've seen, but it also wasn't the best. But I feel like it was the best that Man U could do because it's Man U, innit?
I hear it.
They had no corners, Man U. Not a single corner. Arsenal had 13.
Well, there we go. Says it all, isn't it, really?
It's crazy stuff. Speaking of Arsenal and set pieces, they made a mural of the set piece coach.
As they should. Because that man that man is so influential to Arsenal's game. I said it before, he is the best set piece coach in football.
100%.
I'm yet to see, and some of the stuff that he comes up with, I'm thinking, I would pay good money to see how they learn this on a training ground.
Yeah, I need to watch their inside training.
Like, I genuinely am fascinated by it.
It's something sinister.
It's quality.
For it to have so much effect against all different types of clubs as well is what's crazy.
It is quality. I mean, that's one thing where Arsenal will always get my praises in terms of they are the best at set pieces by a country mile.
150%.
Quality. But okay, so goal scorers, Timber and Salibs.
Saliba didn't even know he had scored. It literally bounced off his back, bro. Like, come off.
Then was like, I'm claiming it though. As a defender, you're claiming it.
Of course, but 2 defenders scoring, like, they're just Arsenal are ignoring their centre forward problem. They're getting away with it because Gabriel, Saliba
can't stop bagging.
Keep bagging on the set piece, and Partey. They're ignoring the fact that you do not have a centre forward because where are your goals in open play?
Exactly. Nowhere to be found.
So you're winning games. I can't take it away from you that you're winning games and you're scoring goals, but not from open play. Maybe that's why they play so hard for the corners and stuff.
True.
Because no one's there to finish your dinner.
Mental.
January transfer window's coming. Got to sign a centre forward.
100%.
You've got to.
I'm genuinely intrigued to see who they would go for.
I just feel like I was having this conversation with Mum yesterday.
Isak was the obvious one for me.
You had the chance to buy Isak, Tony and Solanke and you bought none.
Mental.
Big floppianas that I would be, if I'm Arteta, I'd be vexed out my mind.
100%, I'll be fuming.
You have to capitalise on one of them.
Solanke would have been ideal for Arsenal.
Yeah, but then you also had a big opening for Isak, and also Newcastle would have let him go because of financial fair play.
Yeah, true.
You fumbled the bag differently.
Mad.
Like,
that would have been the steal of the season.
The way Isak scored, even though he's injury prone,
he's so clinical though. You almost forget that he's injury prone.
Like, it don't matter. I think it's so daft that they didn't even put
really daft.
They didn't even put a bid in.
Yeah, crazy work as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know.
But yeah,
United, what a flop.
Not much to say there.
What a flop.
Then we go over to Southampton. Oh dear. Do you know what? I'm getting fed up now.
Christ.
Now I'm getting fed up. It's giving. I didn't think I'd see a team as bad as Sheffield United so soon.
It's actually worse than Sheffield United.
They're worse than Sheffield United.
I actually believe they're worse than Sheffield United.
I do.
Do you know what's so banter about Southampton? Cameron Archer was at Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's at Southampton flopping as well. Well, I mean, he's not flopping, but
no, he's thinking, bro, who is his agent?
His agent needs to get the sack.
Because why have you taken me
right now
from Sheffield United to Southampton? Do you want my mental health to be in tatters?
Just say you don't respect
Just say you hate me.
gameplay.
Just say you hate me.
For real?
Just say you hate me right now. And
so
just
you want my career to be finished?
So, big 5-1-er.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Do you know what's...
How much man on the score sheet?
That's what irks me, right?
Hella people on the
score. If
I'm
a manager, yeah, not only have you conceded 5, you've conceded 5 to 5 different players. That would get me even more irate than the fact that you've even conceded 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, if there's one problem, man, and it's
you
like,
think,
they've bagged 4. Yeah, if Cole Palmer
bagged 4, you'd be like, all right, cool.
Okay, well, we didn't deal with Cole Palmer. The fact that you've let 5 different men dance on you is sick.
It's really, it's
bad.
It's
insane. And they even had the chance to, you know, pull it back.
They was 1-1. Yeah, they was 1-1.
Good tidy finish from Joe Aribo. Then some sort of ridiculousness playing out the back again.
I have no further words. I have no further words, analysis, opinions, comments on Southampton's playing from the back. I am convinced I will go and watch under 12s, yes, in the park on a Sunday morning, grassroots, and I will see better playing out from the back.
100.
Fact.
100.
It is absolutely unacceptable in any level of professional football.
Do you know what I find bizarre about Southampton? They seem to have just spells of straight capitulation during the game.
Yeah.
And that's when all the goals get scored. Because I'm looking at times...
Sheffield United used to do the same thing.
7-17, okay. That's your bad 10 minutes. Then they didn't concede again until 34. Because that Madueke goal was actually a good goal.
It was.
And then 76-87, so another mad 10 minutes. I don't understand how your lapse of concentration can be so damaging.
It's awful.
Then, in this game as well, the captain
has to
take the stand, Jack Stevens.
This is one of the most scandalous things I've seen in a long time. Right?
You know, I just thought of.
Because
I've just thought
I know exactly what she's going to say. Don't say that when they pulled off Greelow's hair. I knew she was going to say that because that was absolutely comical. But
Savage actually dragged
Greelow's hair out of his head like a baddie
in the Champions League. That was really.
But let me tell you, the fact that Jack Stevens has absolutely got a handful of Cucurella's bundles there.
For real?
Straight Brazilian body wave.
Literally.
And has yanked the man's scalp.
To the floor. Do you know what though? This is not the first time this has happened to Cucurella. Everyone wants a piece of the man's hair.
Cucurella said, Lego me t-shirt, Lego me hair.
Everyone wants a piece of the man's hair. He just keeps getting drapes.
But no, to drapes up a man's hair is crazy.
And to then look around like you're
because you know what it is. Yeah, it was actually intentional as well. Because you know, like say like he grabbed his shirt and the hair like he went straight for the scalp.
How rude are you?
How rude! You've got and with VAR, and then this man has a cheek
to look
that confused.
Baffled.
And you've got to go. And this is the type of thing with these players. This is why my sympathy is limited for Southampton. Because you're already on the back foot. Right? With 11 men, you're on the back foot.
You're already 3-1 down.
Now you're going to have red card, your captain, 3 match banner because that's violent conduct. Why?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
In the age of VAR, why would you do that? You know, Russell, if I'm Russell Martin, I have to throw something at you.
Give him a smack.
I have to throw some sort of...
What's wrong with you?
I'll throw a stud at you.
Because, you know, as a manager, you must look at him for like, do you know what? And this is why sometimes I get annoyed with the players, because we all have a screamish out at the managers, and that's fair enough, because sometimes the manager's decision making is poor. But sometimes as players, come on, help your gaffer out.
Because not like to say you've done some mad challenge and it's like, you've actually just draped the man's hair.
No intention to play. The ball hasn't even been played yet.
It's literally a dead ball. The ball had not been played.
So what are you dragging up the man's hair for?
Some sort. It's very spiteful. What? It's very spiteful.
So, boy, Southampton, I've got no sympathy for you.
Club captain as well.
Club captain, and this is the example you're setting.
On the flip side, however, Chelsea played very, very, very well.
They did.
They played excellent. The whole front line bagged, except for Nick Jack, but that's not the point. Basically, the whole front line bagged.
Right, should we we'll end with Liverpool, Newcastle, because that was festive.
Yeah.
Everton, Wolves. Oh, Wolves are in big trouble, man. Wolves are in a big piece of trouble.
But Wolves and West Ham are the ultimate yo-yo team, because they'll get beat and then they'll win again.
They're mental.
That's why the manager, well, I was going to say this is why the manager can't get the sack.
Foreshadowing.
Right. Yeah, that's the
we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. But I actually watched the highlights of this game, and I think the scoreline was actually quite unfair. Because Wolves
it was
had a
unforgiving.
lot of chances.
They did.
They just didn't put them away, and then...
However, though... quiet on set.
Can we please have quiet on set?
Because this may be up there with one of the worst defensive performances. Take the stand, Mr. Dawson.
Craig. Take the stand.
To have a brace of own goals...
It's not right. It's not just.
In a single game... is really
the last
nasty
time I saw
work.
someone do that was when Leicester was up before and Feist scored a brace of own goals against us.
Brace of own goals is really some poor work.
Mate, just say you want the team to suffer.
Just say you want Gary O'Neill out.
For real, like just say you want the manager to be sacked.
Because boy,
there's no
you
way.
Are single-handedly forcing the owner's hand. You're really forcing the owner's hand.
That's -2 goal difference on your head. Great.
Whoa. If you had Craig Dawson in your fantasy team, I know you're pissed off.
Fucking really crying.
That must be like a -6.
It must.
Because you get about 0 for goals conceded anyway.
Yeah, because
then you get -2 for own goal.
Yeah.
He must have had at least -5 or 6.
Did he get booked as well?
Probably did.
Let me see.
He must have
didn't. The fact that he didn't get subbed. Sorry.
And right, this is what I'm saying. The man scored a brace of own goals and still don't get subbed. So what does that say about the club?
Banter. That is hilarious. But yeah, I was gonna say what does that say about the club, but I just feel like they're just in a lot of...
I don't know about Wolves, but that's a bizarre team. I ain't got no comment. I don't know what they're doing.
We don't... Well, was that this game? No, it wasn't. When they was fighting.
Well, not there. We'll get there to the fisticuffs. Goodness me.
Fisticuffs. I'm trying to find out what thingies... His form on fantasy is -0.8.
Exactly. How can you have -0.8's form, brother?
-4 he got for this game.
This is what I'm saying. -4 in the game. We're not good enough.
He got 2 points for 90 minutes played, then -2 for conceding 4 goals, then -4 for 2 own goals. That has to be the worst.
That has to be the worst.
That's not the first time he scored minus this season. He also scored minus against Brentford when they lost 5-3.
Craig Dawson, brother.
Oh my God, bruv.
But yeah, 4-0, not good enough.
No.
Right, Nottingham Forest.
I don't appreciate City wiping the floor with Forest when Forest beat Liverpool.
She ain't never gonna let it go.
Arne Slot's never letting it go.
No,
you know he brings it up every
one thing
time.
about Arne Slot,
he's gonna hold a grudge.
We could be lifting the trophy
and he'll be like,
in May the 18th, and I guarantee
I'll be thinking of that game against. That's not.
I'm happy
against. I'm thinking
about that one game against Forest. That game would haunt him.
He sees it in his nightmares.
He will not sleep.
Of course not.
Thinking about that game.
He will not know peace ever in the Premier League. Ever.
Because of that 1-1 He is furious.
You know why he's probably more vexed about? Because he's like, this is actually kind of my fault.
Yes.
But you didn't know, Arne. It's okay. You didn't know.
But he is not taking that for an answer. He's pissed all the way off.
This is why I hate Nottingham Forest, because I already
They never want to stand up when it's time to stand up, brother.
Innit? But you had all this smoke for us.
Innit? And then nobody else. Where's your energy for City? Where's your energy for Arsenal? Where's your energy for... Did they beat Chelsea, didn't they?
Did they? They beat Chelsea.
I could be making it up.
Journalism.
You know me, I like to make things up.
She really they beat Man U, beat Villa, and they lost to Arsenal though. Hey,
that's what I mean. You couldn't deliver when it was time to. Exactly. So Nottingham Forest is the prime example of that team that will always take points off the big six and then just fold for everybody else.
Exactly.
Just because.
Yeah, it's just
they literally are.
How can you beat us and then fold the same scoreline to City and Arsenal?
Crazy stuff.
Do you not have respect anyway?
Goal scorers.
Bane of my existence, Bernardo Silva.
Weasel himself.
The Breezy.
And Jezza Docs.
Jezza Docs.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Jezza Docs.
2 beautiful finishes. 1 rubbish finish, Bernardo Silva. I think City they weren't great.
No.
Forest still had plenty chances.
They did.
They weren't great, but it's obviously the best that I think we've seen City play.
For a good few weeks.
Yeah.
They look comfy in the overall.
Finally, it's about time.
Yeah.
It's only been 10 games.
Chitting it, flipping it.
But this was obviously off the back of the Feyenoord game, in which you've fumbled the bag
again.
Ridiculously. I thought you was Arsenal.
So bad.
So bad. But, it's like they actually looked like they wanted to maybe think about defending this time.
However, as I've said a million times, regardless of the situation, I'm loving every minute of this. It's like I would pay good money to see this season after season. It's beautiful.
Play me.
This is what dreams are made of.
Oh my gosh, just send me to heaven now.
Literally, I would die a happy woman.
For real?
Honestly.
Right.
On to us now.
It's really stressed out.
Liverpool really wound me up this game.
I knew this game was going to be
100%. If you look at the past history of this fixture, always trouble.
3 reasons why this game is trouble.
Go
1,
on.
it's at St James's Park.
Yep, troublesome ground.
2, Anthony Gordon, full stop.
Big issue.
3, they want to get over what Darwin Núñez did to them last season.
Because Darwin Núñez really done them up last time because they had the audacity to be giving way when Darwin Núñez skied his chance.
And then he bagged
the brace for the winner and went over and was doing knee slide and all type of thing all up in St James's Park.
They weren't happy about it.
They weren't happy with it. So they was coming back with vengeance.
With fire and smoke. And
they had fire in their bellies for real.
That goal from Isak, it actually hurt me. He's actually just cracked it into the goal. You did not have to put that much force behind it.
Like he hit that like it was giving Dragon Ball's X, like
Dragon Ball Z.
Hear me? I'll be saying Dragon Ball's W. Making it up.
Oh my days.
Dragon Ball X, that's a new one. What? He literally would have ripped the net open.
Bamboozle Virgil van Dijk.
He absolutely had him skidding, mate.
Not good.
Isak.
But then vengeance, guys. Vengeance. Curtis.
Kurt.
And who else to create the goal but Mo Salah himself?
Of course.
He's like, right, you are doing it again. I'm going to have to save you.
I'm going to have to save your bacon again. But it's like Mo Salah's thinking, okay, it's all right because I'm playing for my contract or shop window right now. So
give him
run that shit back, Turbo.
Please, FSG, please.
Give him the contract.
Please.
Just give me 1 year extension. For 1 year extension I can run with, you know.
Do you know what? See, when his contract was up the last time, I was prepared for him to go.
100%.
This time, I'm not prepared for him to go.
Nah, he's too good at the moment.
I can't do it. So please, FSG, Michael Edwards, whoever you need to talk to, give the man the 1 year extension.
100%.
I beg. Then the absolute worst person to ever touch this planet of football, Anthony Gordon.
Ugh. But do you know what? I've learned some information.
He's actually a toffee, like.
He is a toffee, but he was a red beforehand.
I don't care.
Do you know, because I know his heart beats Liverpool.
But he was a toffee, and not only was he just a toffee, he was actually a toffee that was ruining our lives.
Yeah, he's always giving us a bad time.
In the Merseyside derby.
Literally, Anthony Gordon's one of those players that always dances
on Liverpool.
He really does. And he was causing absolute havoc the entire game.
I can't even speak on it because I'll start crying.
The entire game he was causing havoc.
Why do you just want to ruin my life?
Right. Then.
Oh. Mo Schlur.
Braciana. He's doing it again.
Hit that shot. That
he's out again.
On the swivel. bang.
He's just too. I mean, I've run out of words for Mo Salah years ago.
Good. He's
so
too good.
I say it every time.
I build my fantasy team around this man every season.
He does not move from my fantasy team unless Liverpool are not physically playing. He will never not be in my team, and he will never not be my captain.
Even when we're not playing, he just go on the bench.
He will never not. He is my captain every 100%. Single week.
That man needs to not be in the country for him to not be in my team.
Mental.
He's the only one that's allowed to have ridiculous price tag on fantasy.
His football and intelligent. And do you know what I love about Mo Salah? And this is the difference between players that will win you leagues and players that will win you big trophies. Mo Salah can have a quiet game. Give that man 10 minutes and he will make something happen. There are very few players that have that ability to play poor but still somehow be the game changer.
Him and Trent came on and did
Him and Trent said... That's the first goal from Mo Salah. That link-up play between him and Trent.
They were both him and Trent. Both of them. Him and
Trent, because Trent came on and it was like...
Yeah, because Quincy was going through a tough time.
Because to play it back, though, the defending from Joe Gomez and Quincy was poor.
Yes.
This game was really... Joe Gomez got let out of jail twice for bad play. Stupid decision-making, panicking on the ball, poor playing out from the back, putting Kelleher under unnecessary pressure. Luckily, Kelleher is a composed keeper.
That's like,
but I was not happy with his performance at all.
Playing keeper, guys.
Because you know what the thing is, I was surprised by Gomez because the thing is, I have sympathy in the fact of when you're not a regular starter, it is hard to just come on and be able to switch it on.
And Newcastle's a tricky
team, but he was making some unforgivable mistakes. I was like, come on now.
I think he was playing centre back.
Joe Gomez, yeah, he was because they played Conser on the right.
Yeah, which was already alarming. But they probably thought Joe Gomez can't hack Anthony Gordon.
The pace, yeah. But yeah, it was a poor performance by Quincy and
so they had to make some changes.
100%.
I think the changes were very good. But then, Fabian Schär, man.
Now,
I saw this goal come in. As soon as we scored, I was like, I'm not breathing until
I'm not convinced, yeah.
Or as soon as they gave away that stupid free kick, whoever gave away that free kick, we have beef. As soon as that free kick came out, I said, this could be a goal.
This is the goal.
It didn't come how I thought it was. Very naughty, sliding in at the back stick. How greedy are you? But I knew as soon as the ball played, I said, this is a goal.
This is trouble.
Oh, it's just winds me up. But
I mean, I love Kelleher, but come on, that was silly. I don't understand really what he did there.
He held it.
He didn't do anything. He just he thought it was going out of play. He thought it was going out of play.
He didn't see Schär on his shoulder.
No, and that's very, very, very intelligent football by Schär. I must say.
Schär. Why are you doing that for? Making my club drop points.
And the finish was good, to be fair.
This is, but
naughty little finish.
This is the one time where we couldn't drop points because Arsenal and City both won. And now we're dropping points. Like, we look like the idiots now, guys.
That was annoying. That was a silly game.
Excuse you.
But do you know what? As I always say,
Chelsea won too.
On the flip side, we played poor that game.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of defensive errors, no intensity. No, not enough threat on goal as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It took literally Trent to come on for a switch to be turned, which wasn't until about 67, 70 minutes. But what I will say is if you play poor and can still pick up a point, I'll take it.
Every point, every little helps.
Every little helps. So, next.
Yeah, man. Just don't stress my soul like that again, Liverpool.
Thursday, Fulham Brighton. Oh, interesting. Iwobi brace.
Brighton.
Let's talk Brighton because Brighton's an interesting one.
Brighton's been getting away with some. Brighton's been getting
questionable.
Away. Everyone's been getting smoked but Brighton because I actually believe that behind Southampton, West Ham, and actually not even West Ham. Actually, no, yeah, West Ham. Southampton, West Ham, and Leicester. Brighton is the next club to have the worst playing out of the back.
It's true.
Because Iwobi's goal, it came from the terrible playing out
really
the back.
Poor,
really bad, and I expect better from a team like Brighton because you're not idiots.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad,
really shocking.
And then Riley bags that own goal on top of it just to put further salt in the wounds.
For real, your boy scored though.
I know, belabes.
Really good finish.
Really good. I told you that's my star boy. That is my star boy for real. 20 years old. The things that he's doing consistently,
he needs
mesmerizing.
There's definitely some technical aspects of his game I think that needs improvement.
Of course, but you know when you say that 20 years old,
but him going forward is T. It's just the coming back is a bit shaky.
The thing is, as a 20-year-old, just like breaking into the Prem properly.
Yeah.
I can work with that.
Yeah, no,
There's more positives than negatives.
I hope Hazel's can develop that side.
I think he can 100%.
But Brighton's really like, I feel like, yeah, like I said, Brighton's been getting away with being bare inconsistent,
That's
very
true.
shaky defensive displays, and it's like, babes, I think Hazel's finally understanding the enormity of the Prem.
100%.
He's like, "Raw, this is ridiculous. Can't even breathe."
No, it's true.
Right, Fulham, Tottenham. Bournemouth,
Tottenham. Tottenham, lose.
The most inconsistent side in world football, I believe,
Tottenham
Tottenham Hotspur.
Mental club.
I believe. The guy who scored, this little kiddie on, he's like 20.
Oh, he did the little "I'm just a cool guy" celebration.
Guy.
I loved it.
The chill.
I love him. What a finish as well. Good for you, kid. Yeah, good for you.
He actually was class.
He was class. He had an excellent game.
He's also really tall. I think he's like 6'5".
He had an excellent game, I must say.
But,
so yeah, midweek roundup was festive.
Yeah, but I'm still confused by Spurs though. Like,
yeah, they baffle me Spurs are one of them teams, boy. I don't even think they know what they're going to turn up with half the time. They definitely just come on the pitch and be like, morning, boys. Let's see what's going to go on today.
How can Spurs' start be 1 win in 6 and the 1 win was the 4-0 on City?
I don't know. What? That's a crazy club. That is a crazy club.
They're not real.
All I ever hear about Spurs is Ange beefing the fans.
Ange is always
one of their players is always getting suspended for something.
Yep.
And that's just that. And then somebody's always magically injured. That's literally what I hear about that club at the minute.
For real?
It's it's chaos over there. Chaos.
Right. Midweek.
Rapiana. Over to the weekend. First of all,
we was actually getting blown away by Storm. What is it? Storm Deborah, did you say?
Yeah.
Dara.
Same thing, isn't it?
Nope.
Same thing. You know what I meant.
Yeah, we was actually getting blown away. My game got called off because where we were supposed to play was having 60 miles per hour winds.
I would have absolutely gusted the children over.
I would actually have ended up in the channel.
Literally.
Not cute. Then
Everton-Liverpool postponed for bad weather. Cool.
No, it's not cool because this game I think this is the most stressful fixture in the entire
Do you know why I didn't
thing.
mind it? Because I hate a 12:30 kickoff.
I hate 12:30 and it was that good.
And I know
it was the last.
And the thing is, when they replay it, they're going to replay it midweek in the evening.
Of course they are.
So that's actually better for Liverpool.
I actually had a really shaky feeling about this game, especially coming off the back of.
So did I. That's why I'm glad that it all worked in our favour. I was happy to see that game postponed.
Yeah, it's just like.
And I love that we can just have a game in hand. It's a nice little comfy buffer.
Yeah, word.
I hear it. I like it.
I don't mind it.
Extra days, extra weekends rest.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
And also because, the boys' legs might be snapped.
That's what I'm saying. I can't complain. And this occasion, I'm not mad at it.
Not terribly.
I'm not mad at it.
Right. Villa.
Let's go. Villa.
Southampton.
Well.
This way Southampton's not a real club, You get smoked 5-1 at home to Chelsea. You go to Villa and you only concede 1.
I just don't have the words. Duran.
Oh, what a goal.
Absolutely excellent finish.
The thingy's got absolutely bullied. Centre-backs. Might have been
really
Howard Bellis.
Not Harbells.
I like Tay Harbells.
I like Tay Harbells too.
But he got bullied.
He did do him up
Duran's
bad.
not a big guy. He's getting dashed off the ball by Duran.
It's a little bit embarrassing.
Just a little bit.
Embarrassing.
But, Villa's also been
very inconsistent,
especially in front of goal. I feel like actually both. Villa's another team. There's a lot of teams that actually are putting in very mid-level performances.
Villa's another team where I'm not quite sure what Villa's going to turn up these days.
No, but we know it's because of the Europe. The Europe is
there's a reason why. 100%. Villa makes more sense as to why they're in the position that they're in right now.
Yeah,
which is why they don't get too much smoke from me, to be honest. But then went over to our favourite place,
the G-Tech.
G-Techianas.
6 goals again at the G-Tech.
Brentford's
got a rest. They have to rest
again. They can't stop scoring.
They cannot.
They can't stop scoring.
Started with Mbeumo.
4 different goal scorers on the sheet, which is what we like to see.
Excellent stuff.
Mbeumo's another excellent finish.
Yeah, T.
One thing about Mbeumo, he loves a cracker,
For real.
He loves a big goal.
He likes to get the fans hyped up.
He likes to get the fans going early doors.
Didn't last very long, though.
No. lasted all of about 3 minutes.
Because Isak came through and said, "What, you up, bro?"
He said, "You up?"
Come off it, man.
Johan Wissa then wanted to get involved in the mix.
All of Brentford's goals were really good goals.
They were
My
really
favourite
good,
was
really
Nathan's Collins.
Yeah, very well worked.
He took it like a centre forward.
I said, Nath.
All right, Nath.
You had that in your locker.
Doing some training with him. When?
Yeah, I like them.
I like Nath. But going back to Wissa's goal, terrible back pass from
really
Harvey
bad.
Barnes.
Really bad.
Shocking.
Of Barnes.
I said Harv. Well, he
had to redeem himself.
He said, "Don't worry." He said, "Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys."
He did redeem himself, Harv Barnes, because he scored instantly.
All the goals actually I'm thinking in this game were really
Collins, good finish. Shada, good finish.
I'm so happy
that's a big result for Brentford.
Oh yeah, defo. It's Flecken literally getting the assist for Collins' goal.
Yeah, he did.
That is so bad.
Bagged me some good fantasy points. Flecken did.
I just
love that for you.
Everything was just really stressful this week because I kept thinking all my teams was going to get blown away by the flipping storm.
Well, to be fair, it was mostly teams by the coast that wasn't able to play.
Well, it was only our game that actually got called off.
Because it's the only game by the coast.
No.
Yeah, because if you look at it, Villa's in City, Brentford's in City, Crystal Palace is in City, Man U's not near the coast.
Yeah, because look, Bournemouth and Brighton were both away.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was only the because remember it's by the port, isn't it?
Yeah,
in Liverpool. Right. So that wins. That's why most of the games was able to go ahead.
The weather was just a real disgrace.
Mate, did you see that? I saw a clip. Yeah, I don't even know what game it was. They literally could not take the corner kick. Every time the player put the ball down, the ball was flying over the place.
It's a joke, man.
The player literally had to hold the ball to take the corner kick.
I would have asked. You know what it's like? You know, like in the NFL
when someone holds it,
they like
tee
do
it
the
off.
yeah.
That's what it was given, but they literally could not keep the ball on the floor.
That's actually insane.
Wild. Can't play football like that.
Never. Right.
Ooh.
City's comeback lasted all about 3 days because then Crystal Palace said, "Oh,
let's get into it.
You thought you were back? No, bruv.
Let me humble you. Yeti, they said big fat later.
4
Let
minutes.
me humble you again.
4 minutes. That's what you're on, City. Hey.
Do you know what, Man City?
It's not looking.
Do you know what it is though? Every time, you see what it is? What's concerning about them? Every time I see like a slight improvement,
it just goes.
It's false. It's short. It's very short-lived.
Very, very short-lived.
And that's almost more concerning because it's like, boy, I don't even know where you're going with this.
Literally.
Players look lost. Manager looks lost. It's not looking good, Brev.
Culprit for the 2 goals once again was Kyle Walker.
Mm-hmm.
The man's head is not in the football. You need to sign a right back.
Immediately.
They need to sign a right back. They need to sign a CDM. And probably just another central midfielder, period.
But it's the same thing we said last week, and it's becoming more and more apparent. And why it's frustrating me with Walker, and this is why, don't get me wrong, no one's disputing Pep is an excellent manager. One of the best to ever do it. We know that. But this is where I think certain managers, you see when certain managers are coming to the end of their
just
campaign,
step back, bro.
I feel like you can get caught. And I think this kind of happened with Wenger just before he left Arsenal, when they start to get stubborn.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know anyway, because my thing is what I've been saying the last few weeks. Pep has obviously never had to experience this in his career before.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, we don't even know. Klopp, Pep may not have the answers to this problem right now.
He really doesn't.
Because you've never been forced to be in this predicament, which is fine. But my thing is, and this goes for any manager, that goes from Pep all the way down to a Lopetegui. Yeah. If you can see in front of you what's not going right, in the sense of, we can all see, we've seen it for the past 8-9 weeks now. Kyle Walker is miles off the mark. Yeah? My thing is with Walker, it's okay to say the legs are gone.
Do you know
I've seen far too many foot races of recently where you are getting left for dead, brother.
I know. One of the quickest players in the Premier.
You're getting smoked.
I think, though, also, I almost feel for Pep a little bit, just for the right back situation. Because who the hell are you playing there if you're not playing Walker? Who?
But my thing is, this is where you need to use your academy.
But then they don't treat the academy players right.
But right. So this is my thing. This is my thing.
Look at Cole Palmer.
You want to throw everybody out, spend money on these people for how much 100 and whatever million on this one and that one from the continent, and no one don't know who they is. And then now look, we've got trouble. So the thing is, but even with Walker though, this is my thing though. I think as well, it comes down to a player and a manager thing. Everyone knows certain players like Walker, pace is not going to last forever unless you're Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy's
who's just a different animal.
They used a special liquid to birth him. He's something special.
You don't see Jamie Vardy be drinking Red Bull in the tunnel. Yeah, that man's not a real man.
Of course not.
Right, so we'll forget.
He operates on straight shithousery. That's how he functions.
Red Bull and vibes, and it works for him. Yeah, no one else ain't doing it like Jamie
But also,
Vardy.
well, I was going to say Jamie Vardy don't have the home troubles that Kyle Walker has.
He's got a wicked wife. Yes, he does.
Bex.
Right? But let me tell you something. Kyle Walker, and I think also Pep need to accept the fact that Kyle Walker is not clearly. The thing is, it's a difficult one because it's exposed a lot of Walker's weaknesses and shows how much his pace used to save him.
Yeah,
because now the pace doesn't seem to be up to scratch.
But you know what? He's not.
The positioning is poor.
That's the thing. He's not decision making. He's not adapting his game to compensate for the fact that your pace is not where it was. So it's like if you've lost your pace, you will position better.
You have to position,
but you're not.
Position
so
better.
you're thinking you're positioning as if you've still got the pace, and then when it comes to it,
you don't exactly. And so that's why I feel like Walker's not helping himself because it's like you're refusing to accept that the pace is not there, brother. It's just not there. So how many times are you going to get beat? How many times are you going to be at fault and concede goals before something clicks and says, you know what, I need to tweak my game here?
Exactly.
And it's not happening. And it doesn't look like Pep's telling him to do it either. So I'm a bit confused.
Pep himself don't even know what's going on.
I think that's just stubbornness.
Yeah, 100.
At that point, because you're watching the same game that we're watching. So I know there's no way you can tell me that you can't see that what's going on and unfolding in front of you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
Haaland scored. When was the last time he scored?
Bruv, that's another question in itself.
The downfall of Haaland is crazy.
Ever since that man started yapping off his big mouth, look what happened.
Innit? I don't like Arsenal as much as the next one, but the Arsenal fans put some sort of dirty curse on Haaland.
They said, listen here, see what you're going to learn.
But again, like Haaland,
and don't get it twisted, I'll never be stupid enough to be, I wouldn't even say slander. Haaland is a different breed. I've done said that man's AI from time ago.
His first 2 seasons in the Prem was not real.
But
like that's not numbers.
As everyone says though, it's very good to be great when you're in a great team that is also doing great. You will see the players that are truly iconic when their team are playing bad and they still deliver.
I think
that's what sets the bar between world class
shut his mouth.
Or do your talking on the pitch.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he shut his mouth when like you drew or lost, beat Arsenal, whatever, then you wouldn't be in this situation. Because now you have no confidence. Because you didn't obviously how's Haaland gonna know that as soon as you beat Arsenal, then all of a sudden you're gonna have no form. But like now you're also having a confidence crisis. And I just feel like he brought it on himself.
100%.
He wasn't I don't think he expected them to become like, he wasn't expecting City to fall off as hard as they did.
Of course not. It's been a massive shock to the system. As I
also then he wasn't expecting his own loss of form to come with that.
But as I just said, when your team's not playing well, and you're meant to be the main guy, and I think that goes for Haaland, that goes for Phil Foden as well for me. The only player I've seen that looks like they can actually dig in and make a difference has been De Bruyne when he's been playing. He's the only one that looks like he's really can pull his socks up and be like, you know what, guys, we're not going out like this.
He's not
the rest of them just look like deers in headlights. Like they just look shot to pieces. Like they just don't know what to do.
I think the worst culprits is the ones who are supposed to be the leaders. They're supposed to be helping the new boys understand what's going on, and you just came to the club last week. I don't understand.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
I don't understand.
This is the issue. So where do you even go with that? That's my point.
There's something about. I definitely think I've been saying this the whole time City's been going through their downfall. I definitely think that City's mentality, the depths of their mentality is getting found out right now because when you're on top, you can always but like their thing was like, yeah, we're on top. Like we need to keep on top and whatever. But like you never had the side.
You've never had to really dig in.
Exactly. You've never had to do that because let's be real. When Arsenal was 10 points clear, it wasn't City digging in that made Arsenal fumble. Arsenal fumbled themselves.
City didn't even have to do much.
So I feel like there's just like that aspect of the mindset is just getting.
And you know what else?
Right
They've also never had it. If you remember, I think it was last season, kind of around like October time, and there was a time kind of around like February time when City kind of did have a bit of a funny spell. But then Liverpool and Arsenal also had a funny spell at the same time. I don't think they've also never had it where they've had a funny spell and the teams around them are actually delivering. Arsenal did have their moment a few weeks ago when Odegaard was injured, but they very quickly seemed to be able to turn that switch back on almost instantly when he came back. So obviously Chelsea have been flying, Liverpool have been flying. So I think it's not only the fact that they're not delivering, it's the fact that everyone else around them is doing the business. So it's like double whammy. Do you get it? Whereas before in previous seasons because definitely Liverpool, we were always screaming about it last season, the amount of times when City would drop points or Arsenal would drop points,
and we're like,
and
you have to win
right behind, and we would have the perfect opportunity to go top, have the perfect opportunity to pull a gap out, and we'd always fumble. So I think the fact that Liverpool and everyone else around them is still handling business, it's like, nah, this is almost making us look worse because we're really dropping like a stone now. So I think that's more the shocking part of City at this point. It's like all of it put together is a big issue.
100. Rico Lewis scored as well,
and then also got himself sent off after. So just to make that even cancels itself out.
Right,
but there we go.
Last game of Saturday.
Interesting one.
United
have been done up at home by Nottingham Forest.
At least Nottingham Forest can do one thing right, and that's beat United.
Exactly. Interesting one.
Mr. Amorim, how are you feeling, bro?
Do you know what though? And this is the thing, right? I'm seeing slight signs of improvement.
Slight.
I say slight, and I mean slight.
Very, very slight.
But I can see what Amorim's trying to do with them.
Yeah, defo. But I still feel like they're still having this, we go 1-0 down and we concede and it's just looking very shaky.
I think there's obviously still a mentality problem.
I think they're slowly coming back from it,
again,
though.
you've got to build that, though.
Because if we looked at Man U 3 months ago, they would have probably not scored and got beat 5-0.
100%.
So I think, we've got to let Amorim land.
Yeah.
I guess let him cook a bit.
Cook a bit. We're fair people.
We are. I don't mind him.
I like Amorim.
Yeah, I think it's the first.
He's the first managerial signing since Fergie left that has actually made sense for Man U. If I'm honest,
I like what he's bringing to the table.
Because there's hella managers that they brought in over the past few years that just don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, I think him in conjunction with this new board is what's working the best. Though, I think if they still had the old board. I don't think it would have worked.
Nah. Because they were too involved.
Yeah, but also, every manager's on a ticking clock. Now, every manager is on a ticking clock, but, it's like they're holding the clock in your ear and you're hearing it go.
We touched on this before, and this is where sometimes this is my opinion of why I feel like owners in this day and age are too involved with the on-the-pitch stuff and bring back the days when the owners are too involved with the on-the-pitch stuff. Because I feel like a lot of these managers, I keep saying managers, owners look at it from a business perspective and aren't actually taking the footballing aspect.
Yeah.
And I think before, the owners were not accepting the fact that your team needs a massive rebuild from top to bottom.
They was trying to do a patchwork
splashing a full 80 million here and there in a window.
It's not going to work.
And not getting to the root of the problem, which was bad attitude, bad leadership, loss of direction, bad facilities, all of those put together. Spending 80 million on a random player in one window is not going to fix that.
Never.
And then it wasn't working and you'd sack the manager. I need to think, but hang on a minute.
It's not the manager's
You're not seeing the root of the problem here. Or you're bringing in managers that don't fit the philosophy of your club.
The Man U owners are so bizarre. How can you sack 5 managers in 6 years or whatever stupid thing?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Bro, did you ever think that maybe the manager's not the problem? And it's not like you're putting some next up random managers. These are
the flip side of it is when you did bring for example, Mourinho. We all know the game that Mourinho plays.
Yeah,
Mourinho goes from club to club to club to club and does what Mourinho does. You're not going to go toe to toe with Mourinho
and win
in terms of an owner.
Absolutely,
that man's probably thinking, listen, I've won everything there is to win in every league, in every continent, from lower teams. I've done it with elite teams. I've done it with lower down teams. I am him. Right?
The special one, mate.
So when he came to Man U and wanted to do him, you didn't like it.
You're trying to tell him no.
So that's fine, but then you don't bring in someone like Mourinho.
Exactly, because now you're wasting.
Because Mourinho's not going to beat to your drum.
Because you're wasting everyone's time. You're wasting your money because now you got to pay the man compensation.
A big piece of compensation at that.
It's just ridiculous.
So that's why I feel like, okay, now I've seen Amorim. I'm like, okay, he's young. He's fairly proven in the sense that he's done a job at Sporting. We know that he needs to do a big rebuild. He's changed the style of football completely.
Literally completely different.
Some new tactics I ain't never seen before.
That's a serious tactic.
I
love a good tactical formation.
And you just need to give him a chance to unlock certain players.
Yeah.
I think Mason Mount could be surprising under him.
If the boy can stay fit, bless him.
Because his stats are probably the worst I've ever seen.
He plays no football.
Awful.
No football.
But what I see what he's doing with Dallo, yep. How he's trying to play Casemiro and Ericsson when he plays them together a bit more forward, exploiting their attacking play. How he's using Mazraoui. I'm like, okay. I can see the fundamentals of what you're going with. It's just actually executing it consistently is what's going to be taking the time.
Yeah.
But I see the vision. Before with Ten Hag and these other men, I couldn't see no vision. I couldn't see nothing. It's especially with blind.
Ten Hag was one of the... I didn't see nothing.
No direction.
Not a job.
So from time you're seeing absolutely no direction, it's like, yeah, this is already looking
It's raps for you, babes.
So, yeah, 3-2.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Right. Sunday.
Big festive now.
Cheese on bread. Right. Fulham Arsenal.
1-1. Glorious. Can I just say that first goal from Raul Jimenez?
Really
top
greedy.
Draw. Top draw attacking play.
Really greedy.
I must say. Because before that goal, Arsenal were cooking.
Yeah.
They really had Fulham up that first 10 minutes of the game. It was intense.
But Arsenal score from another.
But do you know what I liked about Fulham? That game, they were very clinical. Fulham's chance they took,
Fulham's been decent the last few weeks, you know.
And that's one thing I say, when you're playing the big teams and you're someone like a Fulham, if you don't take your chances when they come to you, boy, it could get long.
Yeah.
So I respected the fact that Fulham, when the chance did drop to them, even though they literally could barely get out of their half for the whole 10 minutes before that goal, you had your one chance, finished it.
That's
changed the trajectory of the game now.
That's the most you can do. Not bad, I say. Taking points off Arsenal.
Don't mind it. Saliba pulled one back for a 1-1er.
I'm telling you, the
Saka 40 back the winner right near the end.
Offside.
10 miles offside, bruv.
Come on now.
I don't know why they was even trying to dispute that.
They could just confuse you.
And it was stupid because he actually didn't need to be offside.
They'll be screaming agenda. It
was such a stupid offside. Like, bruv, you actually don't need to be offside.
They'll be screaming agenda.
Like, that was giving laziness, that offside, because you ain't not got no business being offside from the position you was in.
Word. Then we had 2 games with 2 late winners. Or a late equaliser and a late winner, I should say. So let's start with switches. Dear switches. Switches, come on. I can't keep backing this.
Again, you was 1-0 up for the majority of the game.
Yeah. So Bournemouth have equalised at 87, scored the winner in 95. If someone scoring the winner in 95 minutes at my home ground, I will have to take a week leave.
I'm pissed off.
I'd have to, if I was an Ipswich fan, I'm calling in on Monday. I said, sorry, I'm sick.
But you know what it was though as well? I feel like you could see that it was a clear lapse of concentration. Like Jonas at that last game, and they've been like, if you've been 1-0 up, you know, you've been defending that 1-0.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire game. And you just run out of steam. I feel like that's what it looked like for Ipswich. They genuinely just run out of you can see when they're getting tired, concentration starts to dip.
Yeah.
So I can see that 2-1 coming from a mile off.
Still no home win for switches.
No.
Dear.
It's
okay though.
Excuse me.
It's okay. Switches are gonna. Bournemouth are also in a very good run right now.
Very.
It's okay, Iriola. Sorry.
Right.
Didn't know your tricks, Magic Man.
Leicester Brights.
Another late equaliser and winner. Brighton was 2-0 up at 79 minutes. And by 90+1, it's now 2-2.
Uh-oh.
Did I say late equaliser and winner? I mean, late equaliser. I don't understand. Jamie Vardy's at it again. Goal and an assist. The man's going in my fantasy team at this point.
Right, because the man don't stop scoring.
For real. And they called over Reed. I even forgot he was at Leicester.
Literally.
I actually forgot he was at Leicester.
Fucking hell, mate.
But yeah, Brighton, man, it's actually not looking too good.
Not looking good at all, bruv. A lot of drop points going on. Glazzy, sort it out.
Glazzy.
Not Glazzy, Hersey. Me and getting names mixed up is absolutely hilarious.
Man, this is so bad.
I'll be calling anyone.
Literally. Right.
Now we were on to the big. This was a game and a half.
I knew this was going to be feral.
I knew this was going to be feral. 100%.
Right, I'm calling my first victims to the stand.
Get them on there instantly. Go on.
The Tottenham fans.
Really bad. But no, that was really... Now, I said when they were giving Sancho and Cole Palmer a wicked time.
And they both back.
Sancho, they done dash time at Sancho when he went to take the corner. Sancho went and dashed it right back.
You must forget Sancho's roots.
He's from Kennington. But the thing is, but you see, I always say, as fans, Tottenham fans are big idiots, right? Because first of all, why are you lot so aggy? You're forever arguing with
this was Birdman. This was when there was 2-1 up, 2-0 up.
My thing is though, I'm not going to go rattle Cole Palmer's cage of all people.
Oh, absolutely not. For him to go and embarrass me at my own home ground.
Cole Palmer's who you want to go and piss off.
Why would you do that? You better go irritate Nick Jack. Not Cole Palmer.
I said when they did that, I was thinking, I don't know why you lot are winding up this man, because you know your defence does not have the facilities to deal with this man.
Absolutely not.
So before we even get into
there's
the goals,
too much that even happened
before we even get into the goals. Surprisingly, Romero and Mickey van der Ven start.
Now I know
this is bad as far as I'm concerned.
I know that Enzo Maresca was quaking in the dressing room when he saw that lineup. I knew his timbers were shivered.
100%.
He said, what?
However,
he was playing Caicedo at right back. You really think this man had geared up his lineup to see Van der Ven and Romero at the back? Absolutely not.
But the thing is, though, it came back to bite Ange because both have had to come off injured.
Yeah, not good.
And specifically when Romero came off injured.
Romero went off first.
Yeah, after 15 minutes?
About that.
Really struggled.
Because then you've got to bring Dragusin on.
But my thing is, you're better off playing Dragusin and let him settle into the game. Like, this is the problem. You must have known as a manager, Romero and Van der Ven are not match fit,
especially to handle Chelsea.
They're not match fit. So
their front line is a joke.
Decided to play them is not making sense to me.
Not at all.
It's very bizarre. Like, I get it, of course. When you've got key players,
there was a lot of bizarre things going on.
The man's not fit.
Not at all.
And it shows. Like, what are you doing?
Like, especially Van der Ven, because you've actually been out with a muscle injury.
You know,
at least with Romero, it's like, okay, you had a toe injury. Like, whatever. You don't expect him to get injured.
Where that got you.
But his injury is completely different. Actually, had nothing to do with his foot.
It's not even about it's about match fitness. If you've been out for a long stretch and your first game back is Chelsea, you better be top match. You can't be going into a game like that 50% match fit.
Yeah, it's not
asking work. For a trouble because it's not an easy game. You're gonna have to exert yourself 110%.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about the bad before we talk about the good.
Let's go.
Obviously, they went 2-0 down in 10 minutes.
Really
double Slippiana from Cucurella.
Never in my life, of all the years I've watched football, have I seen a player blame their boots for slipping twice on the turf.
And what are you supposed to say, though? I'd be blaming the boots too.
You went from metal studs to metal studs.
I'd be blaming the boots too, because clearly something wasn't right.
Like what? And then the only difference is the boots that you put on didn't have the ones that didn't have no laces.
I genuinely believe that there was something up with the boots, because there's...
I'm saying blame the groundsman, because clearly someone was a bit overzealous with the sprinkles.
Literally, but you know, like, we was on the back of a storm. And Tottenham's greedy, because I know you have underfloor heating.
Oh, of course, you've got the advanced stuff.
Come on now. You've got self-drying soil.
That's the only explanation, because you can't tell me football boots had you doing up figure skating like that.
No, I actually believe that they did, though.
You was doing figure of eight, brother.
No, literally, it's giving Torville and Dean.
Straight dancing on ice. Olympic gold, bruv.
It's not looking good.
So, away problem.
But Chelsea, don't think you're getting away scot-free and you can put all the blame on Cucurella. Absolutely not. Because for both of those goals, there was still a significant amount to be done before they scored. And it was just poor. But you know what? I saw Benoit Badiashile at the back and I said, well...
Oh, what do you expect? What do you expect from Benoit?
It's just... Benoit.
What do you expect
It's really
from
not
this
good.
Man?
So Chelsea, don't throw your hands up at Cucurella. Yes, Cucurella didn't put you in a good spot, but you had plenty of time to defend properly and you didn't.
But do you know what it is? A slip is a slip. A slip is one of those things like...
There's nothing you can do about it.
What can you do? You was in the right place at the right time. You slipped. Like, it's not like you slipped in the penalty box. There was, as you said, there was plenty to be done after that to stop the goal from happening. You see the second slip where you literally he slips out. Bear in mind where he slips, he's literally Kulusevski has literally got him one-on-one on the byline.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not to say he's on the edge of the penalty box.
No.
These you see him come over,
cutting, slapping,
slap it near post. And in my head, I'm thinking, get out to the man and engage.
For real?
You're literally letting the man tee up the perfect shot on his left foot, and you're watching him.
Why would you do that?
And that's why I'll say the Cucurella slip wasn't even the cause of that goal, because there is so much time.
Benoit, who else was in the midfield? Lavia. Step in,
engage, pull a tackle, close the angle, do something.
You're just standing there.
You just sat there and watched the man shift himself all the way across the box.
You was looking at it thinking, oh, that's going to be a good finish.
And literally just said, you basically just said to him, like pick your corner.
Facts.
Do you want to go near post? Do you want to lift it and go top bins? Do you want to go across the goal?
It's bizarre.
You literally gave the man the perfect opportunity to tee up that shot.
It's very, very, very
this is where
bizarre.
it's like, this is poor defensive work.
Of course
really
it is.
poor. And don't get me started on the goalkeeper, because we already know about him. He's just one of the worst in the Premier League. Really bad. He will be the reason why Chelsea will not win. If they don't finish in the top four, it will actually be him. He will be the problem. He is at fault for so many of their goals, whether it's bad decision making, getting beat at his near post, always going to ground too early. He'll come flying out with no intention of getting the ball.
That's all poor decision making.
Give away penalty every 2 minutes. He's awful.
Really bad. And you have about 16 million keepers.
He will be the reason why
you must have to rotate
some
keepers somewhere.
I'm telling you, if all comes to it down in May and they're not in that top four, I guarantee
100% it's his fault.
Sanchez's fault.
Chelsea should be. Are they even in any? Are they still in the?
They're in that ridiculous conference because they were out in Kazakhstan.
I'm talking about. Are they still in EFL Cup?
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
But I'm saying, they could win some. They could easily win some silverware. Not if we have anything to do with it, but they don't want to go back to Chelsea and Liverpool in the domestic cups.
Listen, they hate us in a final.
100%.
They hate to see us coming.
Right. Then, Chelsea said, absolutely not, bruv. 2-1 at half time. You think that's what you're going to do? No. I'm going to make you look like one big idiot. Tottenham give away a ridiculous penalty, man.
Now this.
Who was the culprit for the first one? Bissouma.
You know, we spoke last week about players going to ground in the penalty box. We spoke about it literally last week.
It's not funny. Sorry, it's not funny.
And here we are yet again seeing absolutely wayward challenges. You know,
literally,
it
says on BBC Sport with a wild lunge.
That's exactly how I would describe it. You know what's so funny? I was watching the game. Jamie Carragher, before the referee has even put his whistle to his lips, was like, "That's a penalty."
Yeah. I think it was the second one.
Penalty. I think it is the second one.
No, it might have actually even been both.
They were
because for one of them he was like Stonewall, and then the other one was like, "This is a penalty."
You don't need no VAR for that. You don't need nothing. But it's the fact that when it's so funny that the player himself doesn't even contest.
You can't.
Doesn't even contest.
You actually can't. Like, Bissouma, do you think you're Mickey van der Ven?
The discipline is so bad though, because how many times have we seen the likes of Bissouma either pull that type of challenge with too much force and get sent off, or to give away a penalty?
It's just ridiculous.
Countless times.
And now you got the Tottenham fans giving it the full lip. They're just going absolutely bonkers, throwing stuff and whatever.
Hailing up the pitch. I hope they get a big fat fine.
They have to.
Because that was a disgrace the way they was getting on.
Like, to the point where even Romero was telling them to stop.
Like, relax, brother. I can't even, you know what I mean?
I've never seen a club try to force so much hostility in my life.
Pathetic club. Just stop pissing about in Beyonce Stadium anyway. Just take the piss.
Well, Cole Palmer shut them up real fast.
But let's talk about Cole.
Then Enzo Fernandez shut them up real fast.
I've got to have a minute for Cole though, because that second penalty. Right. Can we please have a moment of silence for the dignity
the Panenka
of the Tottenham fans?
If
Cole giving the little calm down.
If I ever got Panenka at my own home ground,
I'm going home and pretend I've got cardiovascular problem and faint. Take me, paramedics, take me.
There's been a medical emergency in this house.
Take me, paramedics.
What do you mean?
You know, it's really to be getting on the way they was getting on, and the man's Panenka you. That is straight poetry emotion if I ever did see it.
Have you seen the video? The Chelsea guy, he posted it on TikTok.
How cold is it?
No, he was like, "Oi, you feeling cold?"
2 seconds later, Panenka. Oh, Cole, man. But as I said from the beginning, I don't know why they went to go and rile him up, though.
He was laughing when they were throwing stuff at him.
Because he's thinking, you don't know my facilities that I've got.
You don't know what I've got. You don't know what I'm cooking up.
That's why Cole was giggling, because he's thinking, you lot don't want me to even unlock. I'm only on gear 1, brother. If I hit this in gear 3, you lot are a murder.
Is Cole taking the picture with the man of the match trophy outside
next to the Tottenham?
Next to the Tottenham.
Cole Palmer's got no chill whatsoever.
This man is a troll.
He is hilarious.
He trolls differently. Do you not see how he was trolling Morgan Rogers the other day?
Yeah.
Talking about Morgan Rogers said, you're not going to bang.
And this is the thing, I don't know why.
He said to Morgan Rogers, not only will I bag, we will also beat you and I'll also get player of the match.
And this is the thing.
And did all of the above.
The prime example. I don't know why they want to go and get lippy with Mr. Cole. Exactly. The man proves time and time again, don't bother get on that man's nerves, you know.
I thank the Lord every day that Enzo Maresca decided he wanted to be doing up Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with the formation when they played Liverpool.
I'm telling you, because that could have been a
I'm not even saying that,
scene.
because see, grabbing back, you would have pocketed it up.
He pocketed it up. But Enzo Fernandez was an interesting one. Good finish.
I guess he's been on a little bit of form or whatever.
It's an interesting one, because I've been of the opinion that I feel like, obviously, we've seen him play Lavia and Caicedo in a double pivot. Cool. He then wants to add Enzo into this mix. Yeah. And I keep saying, like, how's this really going to work? And I think it's only because Caicedo was at right back. Yeah. It kind of gave Enzo a bit more free reign.
Because you're never going to drop Cole Palmer. This is the thing. Like, so you have 4 midfielders that you want to play at the same time, but you also you're never going to drop Cole. So it's about how you can adapt the squad.
The thing is, I feel like when he plays all of them, I feel like Enzo gets a bit lost in the game.
Oh, definitely.
Because Cole's so dominant, Caicedo's decent, Lavia kind of does a lot of off the ball work. I mean, out of the 3 of them over recent weeks, I think Lavia actually has it the weakest out of the 3. Yeah, Enzo's actually played well recently, and Caicedo's probably the most consistent out of all 3 of them. Yeah. So I hear it why Maresca more wants to play Enzo and Caicedo as a priority. But
I think Lavia just brings that kind of level-headedness, though.
That's what I was going to say, though. One thing about Caicedo
and Enzo are too rash.
Too rash, yeah. I was going to say that. I think they lack a little bit of discipline.
I think
so. I hear it, but at the same time, I think in the long term, obviously, you're not going to be playing Caicedo at right back.
No, obviously
so
not.
I think he just needs to accept that. Yeah, I don't think you can play all 3 of them.
No,
and Cole Palmer.
No,
it's just too
Cole
much.
Palmer's the only mainstay. Just build your team around Cole Palmer.
Oh, they have to.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Bro, what a game, though.
What a game.
This fixture keeps throwing up bangers.
I mean, I thought it was going to... But do you know what? It's a mad one, because I see it from both sides. Tottenham are really poor.
Yeah.
But the scoreline was also 4-3.
Yeah.
So what does that also say about Chelsea?
You score 4, we'll score 5.
Do you know? But both have that mentality. And that's why I feel like with Chelsea, that poor Tottenham team shouldn't be able to put 3 behind you. And that's why I come back to say, if they don't do well this season, the defensive line and the keeper are to blame. Because if you were still letting a poor Tottenham put 3 behind you,
yeah, word,
boy, you ain't comfy. I'll tell you that.
Far from.
Because when it was that 2-0 up, you look like it could get long for Chelsea.
I thought it was going to be right.
They're just
Chelsea,
lucky. Chelsea are lucky that Basuma ain't got no brain cells.
For real.
Because boy, that could have got very long, very quick. It could have been City treatment. I'll be honest. That's where my mind was going when I saw 2-0 so quick. I thought, yeah, this is long. You got man doing slip and slide all over the place. It's mental.
It's too much.
It's mental. So yeah, I mean,
it's a good game for the neutral.
Excellent game. It always is a good fixture.
Definitely.
But I'm interested to see what Maresca does going forward with that kind of Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia situation.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a hard one. I mean, I don't want to be him right now. Like, it's a hard decision, because the thing is, the club splashed bare money on both Caicedo and Lavia. Everyone said from the beginning, I don't know why you
and Enzo.
And Enzo, but I'm saying even definitely more so, because he almost wants to play Enzo as a number 8 when he's not an 8, but it's mad.
I don't know what he is.
I think in an ideal world...
He must be an 8, though, because you're not a 10. You don't have the passing ability to be a 10.
Do you know what it is? I feel like he's too slow to be a 10. But at the same time, I don't think he's like defensive enough and does enough off the ball.
So
if I think of a number 8, I think Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Do Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Enzo's got enough to be a commanding number 8 in the Premier League.
He wants to play pretty passing football. He wants to be like, I feel like he wants to play like almost like a Fede Valverde, but Valverde still got more engine than you.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly what he wants to play like. But I feel like Maresca probably wants to do a bit of a project on him. Like, is it a
Project
thing of...
Enzo?
Is it a thing of I can mould, like I can make it work for you?
Yeah.
But it goes back to the argument that everyone said from the beginning. I don't really understand why Chelsea bought Lavia and Caicedo in the first place.
Because they're greedy.
You've bought 2 identical players and now you've got a problem because you want to play them both and it don't make sense.
Because they're both quality.
Because in an ideal world, you'd just play Caicedo and Enzo.
You're just greedy. That's why. Todd Bowley, greedy man.
So that's why my sympathy is limited, because it's like, but I mean, like, I've got more sympathy for Maresca because obviously that was nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're literally giving this manager an almost impossible job trying to make something work with this, because what do you want the man to do?
That's why they know they can't say that his job is on the line or whatever, because you're actually giving him an impossible task.
Impossible, and they know it.
Right. Last game.
Woo woo. Oh, this
El
was
Sacchio,
and we were sat. Now this game had the potential. We wasn't watching. We was recording, but we were sat in. When we say we're sat, sometimes we don't mean we're literally sat.
No,
it just means we're locked in.
Twin. Where have you been? Nobody.
Anyway, El Sacchio.
Right. I had Wolves taking this. I'm not going to lie.
I did.
I had Wolves doing
because only because I thought, okay, in terms of bad defense, both defenses are abysmal.
Yes.
But my thought was, I feel like Wolves have been more clinical in front of goal than West Ham have. So I'm thinking, if we go toe to toe, if anyone was to break forward and expose each other's attack, I thought more it's going to be Wolves.
Yeah, man. Craig Dawson obviously got dropped.
Clearly.
Went for a back 3. This is the thing, though. Not being funny.
Straight away.
Gary O'Neill.
This is what I mean,
You can't even defend with a back 4. How can you have a back 3?
Like, sometimes, don't get me wrong, you know me, I've said it many times, I love me some Gary O'Neill, but sometimes, like, you've got to help yourself here.
You're going to stop calling yourself Jade O'Neill now?
Oh, 100%. The Gary will have another job in the next few weeks, don't you worry about it. I don't think Gary's a bad manager.
No. But you can't call him Gary after this.
What I will say is, Gary, it's like, bruv, as you said, you're struggling with the basics. Why would you now think this is the time to shift to a back 3?
If anything, play a back 5. Pull a Sheffield United. Pull a Southampton.
And play a back 5.
Please, I beg.
You decided as a struggling team to play a back 3.
Maybe they thought because they were also playing a struggling team. Yeah.
Battle of the struggle, literally.
Literally. So, Souček scored first blood West Ham. You know, I know Wolves fans started to shake in their boots. Morale, managers.
Here we go again, yeah.
But it's okay because who's there but Matt Doherty said, no, it's okay, guys.
But it's then, okay. Number
3
1.
minutes later, who scored?
Oh, it's this Jazzy Bizzle production. At it again.
Jay Bizzers.
And he scored the winner.
He got an assist.
You can't play with Jazzy Biz, actually.
Pow, 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 pow.
Listen, Jazzy Bizzle delivers every time for West Ham, I must say.
Oh, now you want to say it.
Oh, he does. I've never denied that Jazzy Bizzle doesn't deliver.
You've been saying Jazzy Bizzle don't deserve the title.
What I will say is I'm surprised how much he's still been able to carry them despite having no Kudus, who is little partner in crime at the...
Kudus played this game.
No, but I'm saying the weeks before when I was saying it's going to be a
free match back.
That's what I'm saying. Remember, it was 5 matches.
Oh yeah,
we got additional. That's what I'm saying. So I thought I was thinking, and I think they might struggle here, but I take it back. Jazzy Bizzle been carrying them. I hear it.
The actual game was not what we came to talk about, though,
because there has been some nasty scenes
after this game.
Complete and utter melee.
It's the worst I've ever seen. It's actually the worst I've ever seen in terms of
Lamina.
Actually, no. It's nearly the worst I've ever seen. Nothing's worse than Madrid versus City.
Oh, nothing worse than that. But what I will say is...
Lamina, take the stand.
Take the stand.
Take the stand.
I'll start by saying club captain to behave like that is unacceptable.
That's why the captaincy was stripped within 24 hours.
I've also not seen that in a long time. Someone get stripped of their captaincy.
Yeah, word.
You've really got to be... But I feel like, listen, players, this is where the players get on dark, right? Because the manager's already under enough pressure as it is. He is standing in the press conferences saying, listen,
I
this
don't
is
know
the
what to
hardest
do.
thing I've ever had to do. Like, I'm lost for
I've never done
ideas.
such
I've never
a thing in
done
my
such a
life.
thing. You now think it's time to be doing Hell in a Cell, no hold bars,
Literally Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble on the pitch.
And it's actually all your fault why the Royal Rumble even started. Because
Jazzy
Jazzy
Bizzles went to shake the hand and say, okay, fair play.
He tried to give him the Conte too cool.
Yeah.
You know when Conte just tried to like
shrug it off. Yeah. So Jazzy Bizzle said, nah.
Spin back, shake my hand.
Shake my hand.
Greedy.
All kind of things are going on. I see someone get dashed onto the floor.
Not being funny, J-Biz. You're actually out of order.
Jazzy Bizzle dashed him onto the floor.
Literally ran down and power slammed him on the floor.
And then Lamina has obviously then done the same back. Slammed him back onto the floor.
I actually thought they were going to start brawling. Like,
but the problem is, after all of that, Lamina's taken it too far now. You're actually beefing. You're
actually beefing your own players.
You're actually beefing your own people.
It's when
Gary O'Neill even had to get him on. He was even trying to beef Gary.
He was shrugging off everyone. Totti tried to be like, it's okay, he's like,
even Tabido was like, stop now.
Chill out. And then he was tearing his eyes out, giving very much the Undertaker at your own people. I said, no,
he's then gone over to clap the fans and has then gone back for more. he was
actually fighting a one-sided battle.
Bro, at this point, the entire West Ham team is actually off the pitch. You're actually fighting yourself. Who are you still fighting?
The video.
Jazzy Bizzle, who you originally have beef with, is in the changing room right now in the shower. Why are you still beefing?
If you haven't seen the video, please go on Sky Sports Instagram and watch the video because it's so feral.
It's hilarious.
It's the worst I've ever seen.
You've got to stop now.
Well, until we get
to, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But Lamina is actually out of order. And
really
in all seriousness, though, if your team's struggling, the last thing you need is this type of thing now. It's too much.
It's too much.
From then is where I thought, yeah, this is really turned sour. This is heads are gone. Heads are gone.
Because even last week, well, not last week, but in the last game, Jose Sá was there fighting with the fans.
Yeah, like from time all of that's going on.
It's too much.
It's heads are gone.
Wrap it up.
Complete head loss. Wrap it up.
It's not good, babes.
So, to round up, we've got City drop points again.
Yep.
Liverpool drop points.
Not good, bruv.
Chelsea have absolutely humbled Tottenham and their ridiculous fans that are getting on feral in the stadium.
Tottenham's taken back-to-back beatings.
And United have been beat.
Yeah.
And
the Premier League is the most inconsistent league in the world.
By far.
And that's the bottom line, Jeremy.
That's why I don't be winning no accumulator the last few weeks, because God knows what's going on.
Can't even predict.
Actually,
nothing. Let me tell you what you can predict. Southampton will concede.
Listen, if I bet on Southampton to concede, I'll end up giving Bet365 money, mate. Literally. Not the other way around. Because
if Brentford's at home, you're getting 3+ goals.
110%. 110%.
And that's it. Nothing else can actually be predicted.
It's just the bottom line, Jeremy.
It really is.
So we will round up this week.
Yeah.
We'll be back same time next week for another week of excitement. Big fixtures ahead yet again.
Yeah.
Manchester Derby.
Manc Derby.
We've got to look after too. So, that's going to be the one I'm sat for.
I'm so gassed for Manc Derby.
Because I think it's been a while where, if you actually think about it, Man City and Man U are actually on level playing field of poor at the moment.
Abysmal.
When's it the last time that we've had a Manc Derby where Man City have actually could be going into that game as the underdogs?
Yeah, word. Also got West London Derby.
Yeah.
Chelsea Brentford.
We will be
favourite fixtures.
So we will be back same time next week for roundup as we do.
Yep.
But until then, my loves,
be there
or be square.
Peace.
Peace up. A-Town.